everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week we are starting off with some corn, and Cody has been working on soybeans, so he got another 50 acres done yesterday, I think, and he's gonna be moving on to another field today. So we're kind of working in two completely different areas, but we're getting something done nonetheless. So working on a couple patches here down the road. So got a couple of these here to do, which is probably going to total up to be like maybe 30 acres or 35 or something like that. So we're going to hopefully knock these out, and then we can go up to a bigger field and get started on that tomorrow, hopefully. Just finished this field here up on top of the hill, so that's got this all done, and so we're ready to move. I'm going to stop by the farm on the way and fill up with some fuel, and we should be ready to head to the next field. We're back here. It is Tuesday morning, and we got done fueling up the 780 here. Got the fuel in. Got to get some DEF in here. We had this little cart, and I figured, well, maybe it'll just reach up there and put it straight in because it's completely empty, but the hose is not long enough, so it won't reach. So we're putting it in with jugs, and then I shoved it off the concrete to try to get it closer, and now I can't get it shoved back up there. Well, finally got done putting that in there. It takes me 5 times as long to fill up the exhaust fluid as it does to fill up the fuel tank, and the fuel tank holds like 300 gallon and the DEF tank holds like 6. Anyways, we're done with that, so we're gonna get this pulled out of the way, check the oil and everything, make sure that's good to go, and then hopefully we can head to the field here pretty soon. All right, we've made it to the field and we are knocking it out. So we've got all the end rows off this 30-acre field, and we're closing in on it. We got about 23 acres done, so we got another 70 that goes with this farm just right down the hill here. So we'll have to load up the head and then take the combine back there as soon as we get this finished up. We made it back here to the other field. We got about 70 acres here, and we got 17 done, so we're making pretty good headway here. It's about 8 o'clock, so we'll probably call it a night here pretty soon. But got 2 laps around this thing, and I'm just working on some little straight rows right now since it got dark on us. So I think we're kind of backed up on trucks right now. I'm just loading. The only thing I have to load in is a cart right now, so but they should be coming back with another truck here soon. So corn's doing fairly well. Can't complain really. I mean, its moisture is around 18 now. The front field was a little bit wetter than that, but this has seemed to come down a little bit back here, so that's helpful. It's not taking quite as long to get through the dryer like this, and should be able to keep moving. So we're about to be 50 acres for the day, so not too bad. Granted, we had to move everything up here a few miles and get everything going. All right, just getting done for the night. They came back with one more truck, and then we filled the grain cart up, so ended up with like 24 acres done in this field, which puts us at like 55 for today. Just finished up feeding here ends of the day, and everybody seems to be happy eating here. These are some newer calves that we've gotten in, so they're still kind of working their way up on the silage, but doing pretty good. And so working on a few things here, and then hopefully gonna get to the field. Working on a few things around the farm here. So we put wheat in our overhead, which is for our cover crop and stuff like that. So we're trying to get that out of here now that we're done with the gravity wagon. We don't really have anything close here that we're really going to need it for. We got some double crop beans here, but that's going to be a later thing anyway, so we may have it out of this wagon by then anyway. So we're putting this wheat in here to try to store it, and then we will have some more room to store wet corn in the overhead or load out dry corn that's going to town. Either way, it'll give us some more room in the overhead. Gotta pull up a little bit. But we should be able to get at least 500 bushel in here, and then, because I know we put about a hopper bottom load in, so hopefully we'll maybe be able to get the rest of it into the tender trailer. Well, we've made it to a field, but not really the field that I need to be in. I've got Cody's combine, and we're down south here moving it to another field for him this afternoon, so we're trying to get this going so he can keep going on some of these beans, and then we'll get to the cornfield later on. We have finally made it to the cornfield. Here's where we were running last night. We just worked on some of these little short rows here, so we've got a good bit to do yet. Corn's doing fairly well, so hopefully it'll stay that way and get some bushels out of here. All right, well, I haven't videoed very much on my phone today, but I did get some pretty good drone shots, so you can't see it, but I got a new drone and I was figuring that all out, so I was a little bit rusty on my flying, but I feel like it still turned out pretty good. So we are closing in on the end of this 70-acre field. We're gonna finish up here in a couple passes, so I'm gonna go ahead and play you the drone footage and see what you think. just got the combine blown off and parked, and we gotta bring this semi back home, and then that'll be all the trucks back. And we'll just have to come up here and move the combine tomorrow. Okay, it is Thursday, and we are switched over, and we are running a couple patches of soybeans. So these are the ones here close to home that were a little bit green a couple weeks ago, and so now we're just knocking them out real quick. I was actually on the way back from the cornfield we were at, so knocking these out, and then I don't know exactly what our plan is. It looks like there's a slight chance of rain in the morning, like very slight. So it looks like it could come through, and if it did, that may mess up combining soybeans tomorrow. But we'll just kind of have to see where what's going to happen with that. So I'm not sure if we'll move this down south yet tonight, or if we'll wait on that. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the weather here in the last couple hours. So if it doesn't rain, we're going to try to cut seed beans tomorrow, which they're all down south, so we'd have to move down. And then that would leave up here at home, we would have a few hundred acres of corn, and then we've got 90 acres of double crops, and they're kind of iffy. I don't know if they would go quite yet. They're still a little bit green, so probably end up waiting on those for a little bit. But most of the beans down south, the seed beans are all ready, and then Cody's been cutting the rest of the commercial beans down there, and then we just have some other commercial beans over to the west, and that's kind of what we got left. So we're gonna see what happens here once we get this all finished up, and then we'll go from there. Unhooked here. I forgot we got to do like a 15-acre field on the other side of town, kind of on our way down south, so we're gonna grab that right now. It is Friday, and I got the field tender. We just got down here at the barn, so we are going to get the combine backed out. I got to do a little bit of maintenance. I got to grease some stuff, and then we'll be able to get at it here. So I'm gonna start right here at this field beside the barn. There's about 90 acres here, so that'll keep me busy for the rest of the day. There's some spotty showers around, so hopefully we don't catch any of that, but we'll just have to see what happens. So I'm gonna get the combine backed out of here and get it fueled up and greased. After an hour of waiting for a rain shower to pass through and getting everything greased up and everything, we are finally ready to start. There was a line that was coming towards us. It was just light green, and so it dropped a couple sprinkles, and then now the sun's starting to come back out and everything. So we're gonna get started here. It's about 3:30, so hopefully we can still get something done today. Okay, we are rolling. Beans are doing basically what I expected out of them. Nothing crazy, but they are really good for not having any rain in August. So they're doing fairly well. These are seed beans, so these are going to be going and getting reused for seed next year. So we'll have to haul these out to Illinois whenever they're ready to process them and everything. So we're trying to make sure we don't get any cracks in the grain tank. Trying to keep them as clean as we can. So everything seems to be going fairly well here. I think Cody was getting ready to fire up, start his combine. He's down in another field just south of here. So it did rain a little bit more down there whenever that little shower came through. So I think he was gonna have to wait a little bit longer, but he should be able to go here soon. It is about 7 o'clock, and we've got 39 acres done. I'm gonna hopefully try to get the rest of this hill here finished up tonight, and then that'll probably be it. It's gonna get tough here pretty quick, so not much breeze blowing this evening. Combine's doing decent. We're starting to get a few unthreshed pods into the tank, which basically means that it's getting a little bit tough, but it's not getting too bad yet. Alright, that just finished up the side, so that puts me at 47 acres, so over halfway done. There's 90 here in this farm total, so we'll be able to get that finished up tomorrow. I'm just dumping the rest of what I have on here, so I'm gonna call it a night here. We'll get the combine blowed off and head home. Well, we're cutting soybeans here on Saturday, and I'm doing pretty decent until my sickle broke in half, and now I don't know, we had to do some fixing this morning and it's making this terrible noise, but I don't know, it's working right now. I'd really like to get this farm done, but whatever. So basically what it amounts to is all the guards on this head are worn out, and then we put a new one on to replace one that got bent. And now that one is higher than the rest of them, and it's making all kind of racket because it's rubbing on it, because the rest of the surface is that's up from the rest of the surface. So anyways, I don't know, I guess it'll wear in. I don't really know what else you're supposed to do about it. So anyways, we're gonna just keep cutting here and hopefully we can get done without it breaking again. All right, we just unloaded the rest of this field here, so in total we had 87 acres in this one. I was gonna go across the road today because we have another little field right across the road over there, but as soon as the sun went down over the trees, my loss monitor jumped up, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a night. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna try to work on this one guard. I think I may have an idea of how to fix it, so I may work on that a little bit, and by the time that I get my combine blowed off, do that, it's already gonna be 8 o'clock. So we're just gonna do that and call it a day here. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this week's video. So Cody got in here last night, as you saw, and he helped me finish up this front field here. So I think this is about 50 acres. There's about 100 total in this farm. So that means we've got about 50 acres left of seed beans, and then that'll finish us up on that. And then we'll just have some commercial beans left and some corn. So that's gonna be it for this video. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.